boy, it's like a dream. Yeah, playing for the prize and we got a team. Yeah, passion in my veins, but it never leaves. So what I got to feel when you run the league? Game time, hey, game time, oh, game time, hey, game time, oh. Head up in the game, head up in the game, head up in the game, head up in the game. Game time, hey, game time, whoa, game time, hey, game time, whoa. Head up in the game, head up in the game, head up in the game, head up in the game. Game time, letting go with hate time. I sleep on spare time, oh yeah, take flight on airlines. What you say? I know the rest, we know the end.
Stolen by McCollum on the floor for Dallas. Chandler out there with Vucevic. Then there's Williamson. Then it's Shane Battier, and it's Martin in at the 2 guard.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a short first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Here's Battier following the basket by C.J. McCollum. Pass to Williamson. 6 to shoot. Goes up on the wing, and Gasol sends it back.
And really, Gasol does an incredible job getting his hands up in the air, which results in a ton of rejection.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter, he has been completely bothered.
And maybe the most popular player to enter the league since social media became truly pervasive. Zion Williamson handles it with class. He really appreciates his teammates and his coaches and really respects the game.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Valanciunas comes in for Richard Hamilton. And it's Tatum in for Hardaway. Dallas also making some changes. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Martin. And Trae Young subbed in for Vucevic. And the Mavericks call time here. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Rick Carlisle's huddle. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. The first one falls. And talking to stars in this league, even they want to see what Williamson's going to do next.
Sure. We talk about the leaping ability at his size, the handles, the shot making, but what really stands out when you watch him live, the instinct, being at the right place at the right time and always seeming to make the right play.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break, mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
Outside Lowry. The 11-footer, and Tatum with the basket on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his assist totals piling up, 11 now for him. And the Mavericks call time here.
And they're committing an awful lot of fouls here, and not of the good variety. You don't want to give up easy layups, sure, but it's been a nonstop parade to the foul line.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. A 2-point game. Williamson kicks to Dinwiddie. Inside. Rejected by Gasol. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol. Here's Young. Count it, and the foul. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Just embrace the pressure and knock down critical free throws. Nicely done.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Memphis trailing here. Kicks to Tatum. Over Battier. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
Jason Tatum under duress. Big moment, no problem.
Young pass to Williamson. Dinwiddie outside. Chandler. Great positioning on the putback.
That's the calming effect of a veteran. Tyson Chandler hits a big one there.
Lowry passes to Descent. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Tyson Chandler. He hits the first one, and that ties the game up.
And over the years, Gasol has proven himself to be a valuable teammate. Someone guys love to be around. A guy that plays well with just about anybody. And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
Here's Lowry. It counts. And the foul. It's going to be on Trae Young.
Lowry is stone cold when it comes to making big-time shots. Go ahead, Kyle.
And really a great job to maintain his composure. How about the body control there? Now he gets the and one and turns this into a 2-possession game.
Now, here's Young. And no good, but he tries to maintain control of his foul. And he'll shoot 2 at the line. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Kyle Lowry.
And we first heard about Williamson in high school. And that was due to his dunking ability. Now he's a full-fledged star on the rise.
And stolen by Williamson. Now, here is Young. 50 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Buries the triple. And oh, that was an enormous 3-pointer.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
And it's good, 2 points. Sounds like a rock concert in here.
And guys, that was the bucket they have been waiting for.
32 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Adio cannot hit.
They came close there to tying it up.
Oh, he had it in his sights. He wanted it. That bucket would have been huge.
Oh, here's VanVleet. There's the pass to Descent. Good!
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
Dallas calls timeout. They're down by 4. 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
They need to score, and they need to do it quickly, but it is still possible here.
16 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Young from outside. And the rebound.
Go ahead, go and do what you want. Live free, do what you want. Ride around town, ride a bike or something. Stay carefree, live like the sun. Man, I know how the times stay putting you down. I know it take a lot just to put up a smile, but for now, do things you ain't did in a while. Blue dress, ooh girl, I'm feeling your style. We out to get it. We on it, we about to shut down the city. We made a week on the force in our system. We love the weed on the cock of the vision. We don't got time like we don't on the watch. Whole team of mine when we blow up the spot. I'm getting mine, you should know it's a lie. But we got the people thinking you hot. No, none of my watch. I don't wanna follow you guys. I don't wanna lie in your box. I thought or fox could ever try and stop me. I'm the God MC, it's the God in me. Give apologies, and I say that with honesty. Saturday night, I'm trying to free will.
Davis against Young to take the lead. And it's Davis missing. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Mavericks. Vucevic is out there with Chamber. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Trae Young. And it's Williamson in the three, the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Here is Davis following the basket by Trae Young. From outside the arc, hits the three to fall.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up enough.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by one. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. Chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Aaron Davis.
Hey guys, no doubt who our pick is going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Shane Battier is checked in for Vucevic. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Well, fundamental footwork.
Cause I maneuver through the like a bottle of metal mucil in a body that's used to being. And most consumers, they view me as a ruler like Mansa Musa. Cause I stay with some jewels that can't exonerate them from every ounce of troubled water they've been in. Spend in time and places it ain't safe to swim in. Without yelling, I try to tell them they should make amends. We're going from where I'm from. You see so much pain. What touch can't do it, me. Now they know my name. I done got it out the mud and put on for my day ones. That's why I miss by doing Dave Chappelle show or you don't play or no.
Murray against Land. The pass to Randall. Here's Adebayo. Back to Randolph. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Murray's got it on the floor for Sacramento. Zach Randolph is out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Rose, and it's Lynn in at the point guard position. Here is Lynn. The Knicks making the shot. Takes it off the glass.
And really respect the confidence of Lynn. His teammates love how he runs these pick and roll plays.
And here is Murray. To the paint. No good from Ewing.
That works just like they drew it up till the part where he short across the hole.
Ayton kicks to Lynn. From deep. Randolph trying to free himself up, and it's Jeremy Lin with the three. Now just a 3-point Knicks lead. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the New York Knicks. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ewing can't hit.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
It's in! And that shot brings them to within just one.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear. Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Now here's Brown. He kicks it to Murray. Pass to Booker. Clock at 6. It's Ewing high post. Changes up. Tries again. It's deflected.
And using that wide reach to reject shots. Aiden can't afford to throw up weak stuff around the big fella.
Timeout called by the Kings. They're trailing by 1. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, DeJounte Murray.
Hey guys, his value has really come into play at the defensive end. So disruptive as a lockdown defender, forcing all those turnovers. Player of the game almost always goes to someone for their offense, but his D has been the big factor here tonight. And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. They trail by 3. We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Here's what's your take?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul. Yeah, they have a little time to work with. The most important thing is to make whatever you take.
Thompson from long range. It falls. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
And in the moment of truth, Thompson putting the team on his back, trying to carry them across the finish line.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. The score is tied at 103. 11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And so it's New York with it. Murray, the pass to Ewing. And it's blocked. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Looking at the clock, just over 3.5 minutes into OT. Warren against DeRozan. Now, here's Warren. 6 on the shot clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Hardaway for 3. Patrick Ewing comes up with the rebound.
Their goal on D is to not give him any clean looks from long range.
DeJounte Murray is out there with Jaylen Brown. Then it's Ewing, and there's Porzingis, and it's DeRozan, and at the small 4.
Just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call. Yeah, even the slight movement is going to catch a ref's eye. I mean, they're trained to focus on that.
Adebayo is checked in for Sacramento. First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
Well, that's big free throws from the player they depend on in those situations.
Warren with the ball. Hardaway with a wide open look. A three-pointer, no good. New York calls timeout. The score knotted at 1:15. We've got 22 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Tense moments here late in overtime as they look to take the lead.
You cannot afford to come up empty.
Hardaway against Murray. Rosen in the corner. Misses the tray. And so Luke Walton decides to call timeout. Three from Warren. Oh, near chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And so we are tied again at the end of overtime. Now we're headed to overtime number. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to quit. To take the lead. Ewing gets the rebound. Ewing's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's Murray. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. Murray's got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Here's Warren.
He sure can get off the floor.
One of the best in the business, absolutely. Murray against Hardaway. And it's Murray penetrating. It's tipped. And here's Adebayo. Ayton trying to break free. Money!
That's a terrific pass. Ayton with the advanced skill level, he's just going to get better with time.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 38 seconds left in the second overtime period. Good stuff. What do you think, guys?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
And the Knicks making a change here. Booker's checked in. Ewing dishes to Booker. Ewing the pass to DeRozan. The putback. Yes! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And Ewing with that size really creates a tough matchup, especially when he's attacking the offensive board.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Six seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now, here's Warren. Shoots from the elbow. In front.
Big time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
New York calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 17 seconds left in the second overtime period, and here we are. What's your take, guys?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Or they could take the lead if they play for the 3. Interesting decision.
Down low. Here's Ewing. No good. So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw. And an intentional foul there stops the clock.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball, just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And it's going to come down to a 3-point attempt. I mean, what a huge moment to come through at the line.
Kept alive to tie. This is the dunk with the chance to extend the game. So it's the Kings taking the W. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
up. Now they can't say much, changing the game up. Back on my grind like I never left. Gotta take this to a level up. Gotta stay focused, can't mess it up. Gotta move smart, cause I know that they testing us. I'm in my bag, no longer checking the tags. Remember the days I wanted this bad. Now look where I'm at, I cannot be mad. Jumped in the game and I did the dash. There's no looking back, can't live in the past. I know that you sad, go get you a bag. All of this money is making you mad.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's McCollum deciding where to go with it. Hamilton left side. Here's Van Vliet. Divac the rebound. Divac has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. So the Wizards 5 right now. Murray out there with Bradley Beal. Then there's Antoine Jameson. Then there's Divac, and it's Kittles into the small forward position.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Cullen passes to Gasol. Shoots over Beal, and Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by McCollum. Gasol's got the lead up to 7 now for Memphis. Washington calls timeout.
Definitely not pleased with their rebounding at the defensive end. The number of putbacks they've allowed has been terrible. I'm sure that's what he's going to address during this time.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan player of the game, Pau Gasol.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
These fans love him, and tonight he's given them plenty to cheer about. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen, but we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off him a little.
All right, thank you, David. Outside, Beal gets the three-pointer to fall. Beal's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Washington.
And Divac, a cunning passer, phenomenal at realizing when one of his guys has a clean look.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Now here is Lowry. McCollum outside. On the 3 off target. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for Washington. 4-point game. It's the wall. There's the dish to Jameson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Kyle Lowry picks one up there. That's the first that narrows the lead down to just 3. Jameson hits them both.
Tight ball game. Who do you want at the charity stripe? This guy.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're ahead by 2. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And so it's Memphis with it. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screen.
Yes, the last few years, the rules changes have tended to benefit the offenses. This evens things out a bit.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. They're behind by 2. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Lowry against Wall. To tie it up. And he nails the jumper. Wall's got it all tied up now for the Wizards.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
Now here's McCollum. Can't connect from short range.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting 43% for the game.
Count it! That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
51 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Ball against Lowry.
Got it!
A huge shot to tie it up.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Lowry can't get it to go. Here's Washington to the inside.
You just love how reliable he is. Night in and night out, his offense is there.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They trail by 2. 26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Seconds left in the fourth. Neal against McCollum. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Wizards.
He clearly wants to try and close this game out strong, but your deep range isn't there. You just can't keep forcing it.
Had to foul him on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
There's the knockout blow. No chance of getting up off the canvas now.
The Grizzlies. Here's Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, you see the quick first step, right, guys? Butler catches the defender out of position, gets himself to the charity stripe.
Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Phoenix. The Bulls making a change here as well. Collins is checked in. Suns leading by 7. So for Chicago right now, they've got Pippen, Russell Westbrook out there with Jimmy Butler. Then it's John Collins, and it's Sabonis in at the 5. Now here is George, and it's Carter missing.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. And the seasoned veteran, the big shot maker, Russell Westbrook.
On the pass to Gasol. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. So from long range, Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Inside Westbrook. Baseline try. The offensive rebound. And Collins is right there.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backwood.
Russell against Westbrook. Russell no luck.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Yep, it goes in, and the Suns' lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Russell Westbrook.
This guy is clutch. He's money. If the game's in the balance, Russell Westbrook says it's my turn.
Pippen against George. Outside the zone. There's Mitchell with the three. Nails the tray.
You just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Hey, Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're down by 4. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan player of the game, Gordon Hayward.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jim Boylan talking with his team. He told them they have to pick it up. He said there's no time like the present, fellas. Embrace the moment, and let's take back this game. See what they can do, Kevin.
George double team. Russell finds George. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Clock at 6. From deep three-point range, Harden controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Suns lead by 6.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 6. There's 10 seconds left in the game. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For 3, Westbrook.
And we got a team, yeah, passion in my veins, but we never leave. So what I got to feel when you run the league? Game time, hey, game time, oh, game time, hey, game time, oh. Head up in the game, head up in the game, head up in the game, head up in the game. Game time, hey, game time, oh, game time, hey, game time, oh. Head up in the game, head up in the game.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for New York?
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
Yeah, but don't forget about their points in the paint, because those have been big.
You know, his teammates calling him the slender man. Brandon Ingram, not much more than 200 lbs, but adding strength has been a focus.
They've got Jaylen Brown. DeRozan out there with Oubre. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Ewing in at the pivot, manning the middle. That's the 5 for New York right now. And with Brandon Ingram and his size, he could benefit from adding a few pounds.
Well, you know, his teammates call him Tiny Dog. Dog because of his determination. That's a positive thing. A tiny part in reference to his slight frame. Time to bulk it up, young fella. Weight room.
Handle no good.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Well, Greg, it was the exact game too. When it happens this often, that's not a pattern. That's a characteristic.
Outside, Billups. Back to Randall. 5 on the clock.
You look at Porzingis, guys, and I like his versatility, especially on the defensive end where he can guard multiple positions.
DeRozan against Billups. DeRozan, that's good. DeRozan's got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks. San Antonio's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0-4 since the start of the final quarter. To the middle. That's good from Randall on the assist from Ingram. 14 points for Julius Randle.
Forcing his way in is Randall. Hard for the defender to counter his strength.
DeRozan against Ingram. Now here's DeRozan. He's tightly guarded. Murray outside. Ewing doesn't get it to drop corner. Some solid defense from Robinson. Here's Billups. It's rebounded by New York. Porzingis has got 14 rebounds tonight. Low and half. Down low, DeRozan. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. 33 points for DeMar DeRozan.
You know, guys, I look at DeMar DeRozan, and I think he's one of the very best at making tough shots. I mean, the defense is draped all over him, and he still finds a way to get it up and down.
A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Randall's got 5 points now this quarter.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for New York.
This is a game where the defense, steals specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created possessions for them, scoring opportunities, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory here tonight.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological.
Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. I'm doing me. Hey, that's how I like it. That's how I like it. Making a beat. Shit. Got on my wallet. Got on my wallet. I had a break. Out. Out of the silence. Out of the silence. 130, I'm bouncing. And throw it all because I'm out of it. And now I'm falling for it. So I'm getting way too far. Can't wait too far. Can't wait too far. Falling on no buckets. Running. Treat me like a star. Ooh, treat me like a star, yeah. Lost my breath and myself all in water. The more you talk, the more I speak to myself. They say it's bad for my health, you can tell, but I'm almost there. Almost there, almost there, almost there. Almost there. I let the money control. I got the so love me. My diamonds wear like a faucet. I bet if you be cautious. I only talk to the bosses. When I get money and flossing, I used to by the dungeon. I told them keep it on you. I dug in diamond, try like a man. She said it's saying, how you feel? You ain't gotta like me, but the trail you rider. That's my dog. I got it, he got it. I'm at the bros, so call like a rocket. Went got a bag and bought all the designer. Now I run my own because I design it. All of my kids do this for my mama.
Here's Towns. Outside, Davis. Back to Towns. It's good, and it's his sixth make against 11 attempts.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either.
Washington calls timeout.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Adams comes in for Buddy Hield, and it's Richmond in for Fox. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
He was able to listen in on what Scott Brooks had to say to his team. Yes, they're behind right now, but he's still upbeat. He said, guys, we can get back in this game. Stay together out there. All-out effort can win this game.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, we got Chris Middleton. Steven Adams is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Richmond, and it's Davis at the point guard. Now here's Towns. Here's Adams. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists now in this one.
How about Steven Adams coming through? Give him a chance.
Jamison left side. Good on the first, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And he is unable to get the second one.
He gets them to within 1 possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
The Wizards with another miss. And Adams has got the ball here for Denver. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And nice shot by Wall.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over.
Now here's Davis. Pass to Towns. Shoots over Divac. A shot by Middleton. Wide open. And a miss there on the triple. And here are the Wizards now. Right side Wall. Here's Beal. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact. And he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Adams picks one up.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
And both free throws good for Beal.
And really just a great rhythm at the line. Whether it's a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance.
Now here's Davis. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Adams down low. Middleton for 3. They get the rebound. And Adams kicks to Richmond. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
Second one is good. And both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 7 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, GA. Don't force something up. You got to be smart here.
Van Horn, no good.
Cause I maneuver through the like a bottle of metal mucil in a body that's used to being.
Most consumers, they view me as a ruler like Mansa Musa, cause I stay with some jewels that can't exonerate them from every ounce of troubled water they've been in, spend in, time in places it ain't safe to swim in. Without yelling, I try to tell them they should make amends. Where come from, where I'm from, you see so much pain, but the kid do it big, now they know my name. I done got it out the mud and put on for my day one. That's why Miss Badu and Dave Chappelle show up, you don't play or
Wallace against Harris. Outside Billups. And it's Bagley in the corner. The basket good off the assist from Billups. Billups has got his 9th assist in the game now. So for Oklahoma City right now, you've got Wallace. Chris Paul is out there with Zach LaVine. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Aldridge in at the 4-man position. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
Absolutely on fire. They need to regroup and figure out a way to slow his roll.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And the shooting percentage, how about all the way in the 60s, shows how deadly he can be when he's feeling it. And as locked in as he was, they were trying to feed him as much as possible. But he never got out of control. I mean, he kept his head and just stayed patient.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. I'm not happy with the way this game is going. He said you're getting used out there on the perimeter. Inside the arc, we're doing some good things, but outside, we're a disaster. Tighten it up. Kevin, we'll see if they can close out on their shooters a little more effectively.
Thanks, David. Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. And the Thunder making a switch here. Nurkic is checked in. Paul against Billups. Releases. LaVine can't hit. Billups up top, defended by Paul. Out to Ingram to take the lead. And that will be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Kennard.
I like the defense there by Zach. Stays aware and gets himself in perfect position.
And the wide open shot from Paul. Here's Wallace. And he banks in the layup. Wallace has got 8 here in the quarter.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Now here's Billups. Pass to Robinson. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him.
And what a time to tie this game up, guys.
I wasn't sure they had enough time. What an amazing job to battle all the way back out of that huge hole.
Paul against Billups. Paul kicks. Robinson pulls it in.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Here's Kennard, defended by Paul. Spurs pitching it around. Here's Ingram. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. 6-second difference between shot and game play. Got it.
Big time basket at a big time moment.
This is why we all watch. The NBA is about these moments.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They trail by 2. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Outside Robinson. Here's Kennard. Wallace covering. Kennard's shot is off. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're up by 2. Just 2 seconds left in the game. And that's an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
One of the game's best free throw shooters.
My man woke up superhuman. Pressure turned me into a giant. A thin line between living and I'm on the edge and I might just dive in. No turning back, man, I'm ready to go. Come in with me or I'm going alone. Changes, man, I'm working changes. On the crash course, but I ain't afraid of change. Now let me give you what you came for. Coming up, I'm coming up. Feel the rush, I feel the rush. If this ain't legendary, what you call it? I said if this ain't legendary, what you call it? Feel the vibe, I feel the vibe. Extra live, I'm extra live. And I don't need improvement. Fell asleep, a man woke up superhuman.
Westbrook with it. Outside Butler. Knocked away. Stolen by Conley. Conley out there with Allen Iverson. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Jonathan Isaac. And it's Capella in at the 4. That's the group in the game for the Heat. Now here is Conley. With some arc. And the layup is up and in. Conley's got the lead up to 8 now for the Heat.
Real weapon of Conley's. I mean, he has a floating jump shot down pat. It's almost unguardable.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Allen Iverson.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. He has a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Jim Boylan talking with his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. I just see if they can get it done.
Here's Sabonis. Not going to go that time. The Heat go the other way with it. Now Isaac. Allen Iverson on the way. Tries from the block. It's good. Iverson's got 37.
And not just that, it's the energy and passion with which Iverson plays. It just feels like any shot he takes, he can make.
Now, here's Butler. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Allen Iverson. And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
30th pick in the 2011 NBA draft. It's been great to see Butler blossom into a perennial all-star.
We We've got 1:23 left here in the fourth quarter. And a double of Iverson. Here's Capella. Shot clock at 6. Moves back up and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
Oh, man, and the 6'10" frame of Capella, I mean, when it's close inside, he's a huge threat to put the ball in the bucket.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Bulls trail by 10. 16 feet away. It's it alive. And Collins is right there. That gives him a double-double in this one. 11 points and 13 rebounds. Iverson against Westbrook. Inside, Fournier. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Whether he's attacking the basket or squaring up from long range, Westbrook is always dangerous.
Now, here's Fournier. The drive by Iverson. And Iverson throws it down.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Stop being basic. Hold on, my dreams have to chase. Counting me out, I counted me in. Fill up before, but never again. They boxing me out, I never fit in. Never will fold, never compete. Just wanna win, 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 win. I'm not flipping it, not flipping it. Just wanna win. Oh, before it helps me. I just can't decide whether you wanna take me or
Kid against Murray. Left side, Porzingis. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. A lot of pace with these two teams, Doris. You were the primary ball handler when you played. What was your style?
Well, I think, the style that players want to play in, Kevin, are the fast-paced, open-floor styles, which really allows you to showcase, number one, if you're a skilled basketball player. Number two, do you have great athleticism? Is speed your best attribute? To me, a free-flowing, fast-paced, sort of read and react system is the absolute ideal style.
On the court for the Knicks, they've got Porzingis on out there with Murray. Then there's Ewing, and it's DeRozan in at the 3.
Well, the handles of DeMar DeRozan taking center stage there. How about the ball skills? Taking advantage of those and converting.
Now here's Kidd. An 11-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Here's Murray. Jason Kidd making his last shot. Outside, Porzingis. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Outside, Kidd. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Murray with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Here's Brown. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Jackson.
To me, this is Jaylen Brown at his best, right? A superb player who gets to the rim in no time.
And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
And for Jaylen Brown at the free throw line, he has worked so hard on his mechanics, and that's paid dividends in terms of his confidence, guys. I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Murray outside. Now here's Brown, coming off a stellar performance against Toronto. Here's Porzingis, and he can't extend the lead to double digits.
That was their first miss of the game, 4 for 5 right now. What a good start.
And Green gets it to go.
Well, Draymond Green can dole out as much punishment as he receives, and right there goes into the teeth of the defense.
Murray, the pass to Porzingis. Brown outside. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Green dishes the Kid. Puts it up from 17. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Drills it from outside. Foot shot on the way. Offensive rebound. Guys, a good chance for them to slow it down.
Yeah, they definitely should use some clock here.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. We've got Devin Booker. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Al Harrington. Then there's DeJounte Murray. And it's Ewing in at the center.
And right there you see Devin Booker's feel for the game. This guy knows exactly when to give it up.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth. Here's Love. Drummond trying to get himself free. Love, no luck. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for New York. Rebounded by the Bucks. Love's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Sabonis kicks to Love. Over Porzingis. Love the pass to Drummond. Shot clock at 5. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Milwaukee.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Hey, listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
Really, they had their number this season. 2 wins, a home win, and an away win.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Jason Kidd.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
And Drummond is right there. Drummond's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bucks.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance to say.
You make me wanna jumpstart my engine. Hop in a whip and relieve the tension. Go to your house and undo the problems we did. In the end game, girl, I wanna be closer. You a good girl, but you've been through stuff that made you different in your own ways. If I leave you on your own, would you be the same? 'Cause it will be all alone. 'Cause you know I did you right, and you're innocent and treat me wrong. If I leave you on your own, would you be the same? 'Cause it will be all alone. 'Cause you know I did you right, and you're innocent and treat me wrong.
Is it easy for you if I took time? Would you feel secure if I told you everything on my mind? Imagination can't take its toll. Let it run wild, but sometimes it'll turn you out. Saving up your feelings till it feels right. Put up a good fight. If you can't throw a punch, then it don't feel right. 'Cause you can't cover it up anymore. You gotta play oh so sure.
Here's Iverson. It's stolen by Oladipo. And Phoenix pushing it up now. Oladipo's running. Clint Capella is out there with Isaac. Then it's Iverson. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Whiteside and at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Isaac. Yes!
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Phoenix calls timeout. They're up by 1. 52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Paul George.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show, worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And Miami making a change here. Horford's checked in. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Monty Williams talking to his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game, Kevin.
That and one free throw upset to a 2-possession game. Costly foul on the shot that time.
And they double up Iverson. Horford no luck. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5.
Being a lottery pick often comes with high expectations, but Russell has shaped into a quality NBA player.
And the Heat call time here. They're behind by 5. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Fournier passes to Iverson. Miami.
in my veins, but we never leaves. So what I got to feel when you run the league? Game time, hey, game time, oh, game time, hey, game time, oh. Head up in the game, head up in the yell, head up in the game, head up in the yell. Game time, hey, game time, oh, game time, hey, game time,
There's Dinwiddie. To the inside. Gets the bucket and the foul. They get Al Harrington.
And Vucevic is just a gamer. Somebody who accepts the responsibility of coming up big when his team needs it.
Porzingis is checked in for the Knicks. DeRozan comes in to Kelly Oubre.
And that tacks another big point onto the league. Great N1 play, showing us now a little bit of that killer instinct.
On the floor for Dallas, we've got Chandler. Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Vucevic. Then there's Williamson. And it's Battier in at the three.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
Vucevic with the bucket.
The offensive arsenal of Vucevic, fantastic. When he's rolling like this, watch out.
Booker against Dinwiddie. Booker dishes to Ewing. Cool. Nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his third assist on the night.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Now here's Vucevic. And the baseline jumper, no good. Battier against DeRozan. To the paint. Good.
No fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play. Free throw drops for Vucevic.
As big a basket as that was, the free throw probably even bigger. Now you've got a two-possession lead all of a sudden.
Now here's Booker. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dinwiddie with some nice D. And an intentional foul right there. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
You know, before becoming the 38th pick in the 2014 NBA draft, Dinwiddie played 3 really good years of collegiate basketball at Colorado.
Dallas making a switch here. Morant's checked in. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 5. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Trae Young.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He told them they have to keep fighting. He said, hey, look, we're right here, but we can't make mistakes. We got to be aggressive and smart. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And the work ethic that Morant has sets him up nicely. Make no mistake, this guy wants to be an all-time great.
Passes to DeRozan. Murray for 3. Trifecta. Dallas calls timeout. They're leading by 4. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
I'm like, ooh, yeah, get it all back. Falling by the side, I was sick of all that. Old friends told me I was never gonna last, so that's why I just kept them in the past. Yeah, falling for it. So I can't wait too far. Falling on buckets, running, treat me like a star.
Everything feeling new now. Way up out the now. See the picture that I drew now. Really can't lose now. They control like curs now. Yeah, they know how I do it now. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. Yeah, they know. I'm doing me. Hey, that's how I like it. That's how I like it. Making a beat shake. Got on my wallet. Got on my wallet. I had a break. I did a silence. I did a silence. 130, I'm bouncing. And throw it all cause I'm out it. Yeah. And now
And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. Lynn dishes to Randolph. That one off the back iron and out.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Malcolm Brogdon out there with Russell Westbrook. And there's Jimmy Butler. Then it's Pippen. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Hardaway against Westbrook. Hardaway passes to Randall. Trying to get open is Thompson. And he comes up with the deuce. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 14 rebounds. Pass to Sabonis. Pass to Westbrook. They get it again.
He's a terror on the offensive glass. You don't have to run plays for Collins for him to score.
On deep. Hardaway, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move.
When I get money and flossing, I used to buy the dungeon. I saw them see right on you. I dug and dive, try like a lion. She see the saying, how you feel, you ain't gotta like me. When the trail, you ride it. Yeah, it's my dog, I got it, he got it. I'm at the pros, took off like a rocket. Went got a bag and bought all the designer. Now I run my own because I design it. Rock on my kids, do this for my mama. All that love, I just want to come. We with the yeah, we with the drummer. Got it on life, yeah, come in the trenches, right at the bottom. Remember them days at the project. Soon in the Western Blue, we got it, you got it. We got it, you got it. I'm on the road to risk. I never fold a bit. I had to go and get it. I done got clean, got risk. Free my dogs out. We finna count this chicken. We might just drive and dishes. I let the money. I got you love me. My diamonds wear like a faucet. I bet that cautious. I only talk to the bosses. When I get money and flossing, I used to buy the dungeon. I saw them see right on. We not bad no more. We ain't got shots no more. You ain't got cry no more. I ain't got try no more. Look how far I came. Remember I have a thing. Now my diamonds blink. Wrist and neck go freeze. Real with a bankroll. Spin a bag that I make more. Pay the fly, let's say so. Try me in this case. They say no cap, but it's all cap. I'm too real. These ain't like me. I'm on the road to risk. I never fold a bit. I had to go and get it. I done got clean, got risen. Free my dogs out. We finna count this chicken. We might just drive and dishes. I let the money. I got you love me. My diamonds wear like a faucet. I bet that cautious. I only talk to the bosses. When I get money and flossing, I used to buy the dungeon. I saw them to me like
Hey guys.
Keep on rocking in the free world. 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 Yeah, go ahead, go and do what you want. Live free, do what you want. Ride around town, ride a bike or something. Stay carefree, live like the sun. Man, I know all the times they putting you down. I know it take a lot just to put up a smile, but for now, do things you ain't did in a while. Blue dress, ooh girl, I'm feeling your style. We out to get it. We on that, we about to shut down the city. We made the week on the force in our system. We love the weed on the cock of the vision. We don't got time like we don't on the watch. Whole team of mine when we blow up the spot. I'm getting mine, you should know it's a lie. But we got the keeping you high. No, none of my watch. I don't wanna bother you guys. I don't wanna lie in your box. My thought or thoughts could ever try and stop me. I'm the God MC, it's the God in me. Give apologies, and I say that with honesty.
And I know it, you can't tell me nothing else. That's why every beat I'm on is water, and I Michael Phelps. Come on, partner, get your breath up.